today on Softball 360. Batter up as we gear up for another season of fast-paced fun. It's game on for the World Softball League and the Mikan Championship Series. Find out which teams have the right stuff to take their game to the North American Championships.
We're doing the small things to win the game.
We'll check in on the action from one of America's greatest sports cities as we check out the annual Bash for Cash tourney in Cincinnati. And the boys of summer hit the stage in a really big way. It's the Long Haul Bombers, and we'll rewind last year's season and preview the Stadium Power Tour. Later, we'll get in shape for the season, Bomber style, in Florida at spring training.
It's just an event that I love to come to.
And finally, his name is Superfan Sven, and his lighthearted look at the sport of softball is one you are going to chuckle over. Stay tuned, it's softball season, and your guide for summer fun is Softball 360. Welcome to Softball 360. I'm your host, Natalie Kane. Today we are going to set the scene for a great season of softball. Right now I'm at the softball360.com headquarters where they ship out all this cool gear from. We'll have more on that later, but up first, let's take a look at a preview of the World Softball League and the Mikan Championship Series.
The WSL and the Mikan Championship Series are just a part of the world of softball that we'll be covering on Softball 360. We're traveling coast to coast, hitting home runs and snagging amazing catches. It's big-time fun that creates memories of a lifetime. As part of the Mikan Championship Series, softball teams from around the nation play in tournaments for the chance to be crowned champion. Of course, with the goal being to make it to the North American Championships. Hey, if it's about softball, then you'll see it on Softball 360.
That's an overview, and now we're going to take a look at one of the first tournaments of the season. It's held in a town with a lot of sports tradition. Tag along to Cincinnati and the Bash for Cash.
The sounds of spring are taking over the last days of winter in Cincinnati, Ohio. As the city known for softball prepares for one of the most popular tournaments of the year.
It's a very fun tournament, a lot of competition from around the country. You get to see some of the guys from local teams, but it's nice to get out. This is a very good tournament. A lot of fun.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. We've always done well here. We like playing here. I think we've won it once or twice, so we like the tournament. And it's a first time out during the year, so we get a chance to get some swings in at that time.
The winner goes home with $1,500, a lot of prizes, t-shirts, sweatshirts. I mean, it's a good tournament, it's well ran.
All this takes place in the shadows of baseball greatness in a city steeped in tradition. Baseball's oldest professional franchise is known for such big names as Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, Frank Robinson, and Joe Nuxall. But the Reds have been in a bit of a cold slump. Their last World Series championship came in 1990, so the memory of the Big Red Machine in the 70s and the past glory of this storied franchise is enough to keep the Queen City going. And it wouldn't be a trip to Cincinnati without a taste of the world-famous Skyline Chili. The secret recipe dates back to 1940s Greece, and its unique style lands this restaurant firmly on any foodie's must-eat list. Back in the field, over 200 teams are getting ready to play for trophies, gear, and cash prizes. The weekend begins with softball fireworks as the tournament's big hitters line up for a home run competition. As the huge slam soared over the fence, the competition was narrowed down to 2. Brian Goins took home second with some massive home runs.
Feeling real good. Ended up good. Finished second to a great player.
Brian Wakeman appeared to be in mid-season form, finishing first. His dominant performance bodes well for the Long Haul Bombers Stadium Tour to come.
Locked in. I don't know how else to say it. I locked in early and stayed right the same swing. Great atmosphere. probably between 500 and 1,000 people, if not 1,500 people out here. So it's pretty cool. Music going. This is right up there with any premier event in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's it's a softball hotbed. So.
We'll catch up with the teams at Bash for Cash after the break, so stick around.
They're simply the best softball hitters in the game. Driving softballs out of the park is how they roll. When Softball 360 returns, we'll look back at last year's Long Haul Bombers season and trace the path of this year's Stadium Power Tour. And what does superfan Sven up to today? He loves softball, but maybe just a little too much. Laugh along with the wit and whimsy of our one and only superfan. But first, time for today's Tanel 360 softball hitting tip.
Hi, my name is JC Phelps. I'm at beautiful Miami Dolphins Stadium. We're doing our first long haul bomb event, and I'm going to show you guys how to hit the long ball today. We're going to start with positioning our feet. If we're looking at the picture, we're going to place our right foot where it's comfortable in the box. We're going to step in with our left foot just a little bit open, and then we're going to have our weight back on our back foot. And as the pitch is coming, we're going to be driving off our back foot, stepping right toward the pitcher to hit the ball.
Softball 360 is brought to you by Easton Sports. There is a difference. The difference is Easton. Louisville Slugger. The teams at the top. Swing Louisville Slugger TPS. Miken Sports. Elite equipment for the elite player. And by Worth Sports. Performance through
Sign up today for the 2008 championship tournaments for the WSL's Miken Championship Series, fueled by SoftballSupplements.com. Over $100,000 in cash and prizes will be given away this year at 3 great events in 3 great locations: Panama City Beach, Florida, Rochester, Minnesota, and Reno, Nevada. Bring the entire family for a great weekend of the best softball in the country, with premier facilities and huge payouts to the winning teams. Here's your chance to be featured on Softball 360. Go to WorldSoftballLeague.com for more details or to sign up today.